Hey everyone, welcome back, y'all. We are back to do a cash stuffing to chit chat a little bit because I am starting to downsize a lot of my budgeting items due to the fact that I can no longer use them because of my visual impairment. So my vision has increasingly gotten worse over the last several months to the point that it is completely diminished. So with that being said, y'all, we're going to turn this into a family event, which honestly is going to be a catapult to help my children not only understand better about budgeting, but to be able to budget more efficiently and successfully in the future for when they have their own budgets outside the house. So a little bit more of a chattier video. We'll talk a little bit more about what I'm doing digitally with my digital budgeting, since most of my budgeting is going to be digital from here on out. We do have some envelopes still left here in our binder because I'm not going to do just digital budgeting completely. I do want to show some representation of some of my envelopes, but yes, a majority will be through digital funding sources. I also have my empty nester challenge, which we won't be doing today, but we'll be doing that next week. That is in real cash. And also we have my 1,000 envelope challenge over here off to the left-hand side, which is my big adult piggy bank. And we are slowly but surely just started, and we'll be working on that for a very, 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 very long time to come, but very excited to start that. And now we are on way to having that done. Now, if you didn't see my last video, please go back and watch my previous video. It explains a little bit more about what's going on with my visual acuities, or I should say lack of any visual acuities, and it will explain all the things. So our empty nester challenge is the penny, nickel, dime, and quarter challenge as well. So we're still saving quite a bit, and we're still moving ahead with what we're doing. But yes, my children are going to start jumping on board here, so I'm going to be setting that up hopefully in the next week or so, and they are going to start budgeting with me on camera so that they can start not only manipulating and understanding and using money better, but understanding exactly what's being paid in the house and how money is used and how it is saved, which is a good lesson for them as well. So y'all, lots of things to talk about today. We'll get into the cash stuffing in a minute. My daughter Tori should find out here within the next week what she is having, y'all. So go down in the comments and let me know if you are team baby girl or team baby boy. We're super excited. Most of us on board with team baby girl because she already has a 4.5-year-old son. But either way, we're very happy that new baby is coming in early September. I believe she said she was due on the 9th. So we should hear in the next week or so. She did have to have a blood test done, which the blood test should come back 99.6%, which is good enough for us to know whether the gender is going to be a girl or a boy. So we're super excited to hear about that. But she went out to eat today, and I was so super excited when she brought me back this tumbler. Oh my gosh, y'all. Now, I can't see the tumbler. Unfortunately, I'm not able to see it, but she described it to me. It is all the Care Bears on the tumbler. I'm so super excited. She did say happy belated birthday. Y'all, I'm a really easy person to shop for. I love, love, love my Care Bears. And so she saw this when she was out eating at Cracker Barrel for breakfast this morning before she came home. And she said she just had to get that for me. So, yes, I have a Care Bear tumbler, and I am already obsessed with it. If you hear any kind of moaning and or snoring or any kind of chihuahua talking in their sleep, I have Bella and Tucker kind of passed out. I think Gia's passed out as well. And we're always kind of flopping around on the bed. He kind of gets up and walks around and lays down, gets up and walks around and lays down. If I'm not on the bed, he's just kind of wandering around a little bit. So we do have $200 to cash stuff today. I was supposed to be putting up my debt video for y'all for my Affirm account, but y'all, I haven't really gotten my numbers all completely together. I can tell you my Affirm account now is sitting at $4,250. I did take my Affirm account down to roughly about $2,200 and then put a lot more things on it, y'all. Like, whoo, I put a lot. I bought my son, Philip, a brand new bed and things of that nature. So we'll talk about that here in a minute. Let's go ahead and show you what we have for today. These are all 20s so that I don't make a mistake. Y'all know I can't see money, so I get, nervous when I have too many different denominations out here, and I've made mistakes in the past. So to eliminate those mistakes and make things easier, I'm just sticking with one denomination. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, and 2. So it's 200 here today, but I'm also doing digital budgeting, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. Groceries, y'all. I didn't show you the grocery hauls this month because I have been so super sick. Thank you for all of your well wishes, your prayers, and all your good thoughts, because I will tell you, as soon as I started listening to those comments, and when I say listen to them, I do have an Apple iPhone 13 and I have VoiceOver on, so I am able to manipulate my entire phone by just listening and using my fingers to swipe and do all the things with my fingers, which is really good, and it talks back to me. So with that being said, blind people like me can manipulate and use a phone. So when I go ahead and leave a comment on one of your videos, I actually have to dictate what I say, and it actually writes it to you. Now, unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't come out exactly how I say it, so I usually try to make sure I catch a mistake. I try to re-listen to the comment before I go ahead and hit the send button. So if you ever get a comment from me in your box, one of your videos in one of your comment sections, and it doesn't look quite right, just know that's probably why. But I do try to make sure that I correct any mistakes and things of that nature. But with me being so super sick, I was not able to do any grocery hauls at all this month. I was so super sick. My household is starting to get over it. We're all starting to feel better. But after all of the comments that I was listening to and responding to, y'all, I started to really honestly feel better. I have been given quite a bit of medication, migraine-wise, from my doctor. Nothing seems to be working. Even the headache preventative medication they were giving me, it kind of threw me into a rebound headache and things of that nature. I have decided to go cold turkey off of all my headache medications and things of that nature, including antibiotic. I stopped it, which I know is not good. But anyways, with that being said, I started to feel better. I really started to feel better, and my household is feeling better. We're probably within days or so of clearing this completely up and being over it. But Lord have mercy, y'all. This was bad. This was really bad how sick we got and how fast we got sick. So groceries, let's just tell you, for the month of February, we spent approximately around $800. So not very happy, but I just really couldn't get up and do much of the cooking at this time and things of that nature. So just wanted to let you know. Uber went nowhere. Literally went nowhere. Buffer, still didn't touch buffer. That's a good thing, y'all. That's a good thing. All right, so we are into my variable buffer, which y'all know, as I say every week, it goes into this buffer, which will cover groceries and Uber in case I go over, so that I don't go into my bank and mess with it. Now, what I did is when I removed all my other envelopes, I shoved everything into my Capital One 360 where I have all my other accounts, and I dispersed everything that I needed to. I caught up some accounts and I topped off other accounts. That way I know what I'm talking here to make sure I get these envelopes right. That way I know where I'm sitting, and I am pretty good on my accounts as it stands right now. I have decided a few things. $20 is going into me for my self-care. $20 into pets. I have decided on any subscriptions that I use. I am not currently using Instacart right now. I have paused that for right now, but I am using Walmart delivery services that from here on out, right before it's due, I am just going to pay it as it is due instead of going and just kind of dispersingly put money in ever so often. Pets is getting 20. Now, I have decided to move my pet account, and I'm not quite sure if this was a good thing or a bad thing, but I've combined my entire pet account. This last time when I took my Chihuahuas in for their shots and Jaya's blood work, which Jaya's blood work was really expensive this time, y'all. It used to be $100 to check her phenobarbital level. That is my 5-year-old Chihuahua. I keep getting her age wrong, y'all. We got her when she was a year old in 2019. So that means she was born in 2018. So 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23. I keep wanting to say she's 6, but she really is 5. So I was right to begin with. But anyways, she has severe epilepsy and she is on phenobarbital. So her blood work usually is $100, but it has gone up to $166 to check her levels ever so often to make sure that her dosage that she is on is appropriate and things of that nature. And she is spot on appropriate. So I had all 4 of them get their shots done. All 4 of them get their nails done. Now, Tucker is 10. So one of the shots he did not need this year. So between all 4 of them getting their shots done, all 4 of them getting their nails clipped, which is only $10 per dog to get their nails clipped. Now, usually we do it here at the house, with the exception of Jaya. She actually gets her nails clipped at the vet because she's very finicky about it, and she's got a very long quick, and her nails are solid black, and my kids are very concerned that they would cut her too short and make her bleed. The other 3 usually get their nails cut here, but I did have them cut their nails. It was only $390, y'all. So I have got almost 3 years worth of vet services already in the bag because I had over-saved for their shots. And they do not get things such as kennel cough. They don't go to daycare. They don't get around other dogs. I'm very careful with what my dogs do and who they are around with other pets. So with that being said, they are very much well caught up. But I threw all those accounts together between the pet ER visits, if anything is to happen, fingers crossed, knock on wood, nothing does, their annual visits, and their pet care. So just letting you know that. All right, back to bank. This is for bank buffer, y'all, and everybody needs extra cushion in their bank. $20 is going in. Summertime is fast approaching. Spring is up and around the corner. March 20th is the first day of spring. $20 is going in for summer groceries. I have been getting some not so nice comments on my other channel. If you're not aware, I am getting out of the prepping world when it comes to YouTube. Now, am I getting completely out of the prepping world? The answer is no. No, never, 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 never. But, y'all, there's so many preppers in the community of YouTube. It is so overran. And what I do is pretty much consistent and repetitive. And if I don't put up certain videos at certain amount of times, or people don't see a certain amount of food being put away, then I've gotten hate comments. And I don't want to do that no more. I don't want the pressure of, well, you didn't put up this amount of food, or you didn't rotate this, or you didn't do that. And I didn't need the comments anymore. And so I have chosen to not take down the channel, but I am completely revamping it as of tomorrow. I've already lost 600 subscribers. I'm okay with that. Not a problem, because if the niche that I'm choosing to move into now in this time of my life is not a niche that somebody on that channel who is subscribed is not interested in, please exit left. I am good with that. Thank you for being on my channel on that side for as long as you have been, if you were a subscriber or are a subscriber or whatnot. But it is time for me to move on from the prepping community in the sense of me being a prepper on YouTube. Because what I do is repetitive. I do the same type of prepping. And right now, I am down to a 3-month stock. I do not want to be more than a 3-month stock. I did have all the way up to almost a 2-year stock. And y'all, that was just too much. And a lot of things did have to be pitched. And I was a little bit taken back by that. And I don't want that to happen anymore. So let me go back here and make sure there's 10, 9, because I've been talking, I apologize. 8, 7, and 6. Okay, so we're on 6. This is my Etsy shop. And yes, y'all, I'm going to have to start pulling money out here because I've spent some money. Part of my firm account is because of Etsy and restocking my shop. Now, we are getting our products together. We are slowly but surely getting ready to finally do what I said and list some more items. I do have 2 game boards currently on my Etsy store right now, but hold off, y'all, because I'm about to redo some of the pricing on it. And I've got some really cute little game pieces that came in that are going to be offered along with the other little game pieces I already have for the boards. But one of them is a really, really cute little board. And they're both cute little boards, but one's really super funny that I came up with. And we just came up with some really cool thing. Life happens. If you haven't seen this board on my YouTube, or not YouTube, I'm sorry, my Etsy shop, y'all gotta run over and go see it. It's absolutely hilarious. It's everything that can happen or could possibly happen in your life, and things you could go through, and things you could use this money and save for anything when you use the board. But it is so super funny. We just came up with that. We just had a hoot making that board. But the candy board as well is really super cute. But anyways, so we are changing that channel, and it is starting to happen this week. It was supposed to happen as of, I believe it was February 1st, and that's right before I got sick. So anyways, $20 is also going into household, because we also need a lot of household supplies. I just don't want to get caught up with negativity of those who are not as supportive in the prepping world. And there's a lot of people who are supportive of the prepping world, but they demand to see certain things. And there are certain things that I'm just not going to do. So just keeping that in mind and keeping my options open for what I am about to change that channel into. So anyways, $20 now is going into emergency money, because that is always good to have. Emergency money can be anything from my preps, which, yes, I'm still prepping, like I said, to anything that if something hits the fan and I really need to use the money for something. This is for kids. And if you see the numbers off to the right-hand side, I need to get to this number here before I can actually pull the money out. So $900 is for kids. I do have this up in my Etsy shop as it stands right now. I do not have the dashboards, and the dashboards are going to be blank. I am turning this into a set. I'm going to have my son reprint it off tomorrow. We're going to give you 10 blank dashboards, and then the numbers will come with it. And that way you can choose what you want each challenge to be. The challenges are each 100 through 1,000, and then you can decide what you want each one of the challenges to represent for you. You can put it on the dashboard yourself, and then you can put your little numbers stickers on the outside like I do here. Last but not least for this one is moving to Florida, and that is getting a 20. So anyways, yes, I am going to go ahead and change my prepping channel on my other channel. That is going to be taking effect starting tomorrow. Don't think I'm going to be getting a video up this week, but I'm actually going to start making the name change and the YouTube banner change, and all the things changed in my prepping videos are going to start coming off of that channel. So moving on in life and making changes is never a bad thing. The digital part of my budgeting is just going to be so much easier for somebody like me. And I did read the comments where, yes, digital budgeting is going to make a lot more sense. And I don't want a lot of money in my house, y'all. A lot of money in the house can cause problems. People can come in and unbolt a safe just as quick as you bolted a safe, if not maybe faster, because that might be the business in line that they're into, is unbolting safes and running out of houses. We don't know. Never said that the bank was always the safest place either by any means, because, you know, banks are having problems too and things of that nature. But just wanted to come on, be able to cash stuff this. Again, I do have my 1,000 envelope challenge that we are working on. I do have my empty nester challenge, which again is the penny, nickel, dime, and quarter challenges. We are working on a ton of things for Etsy because I need to get up and get those things listed as I had promised. I got binders getting ready to go up because I was asked to put certain types of binders up. There will be a build your own binder. There'll be a letterbox binder that you'll be able to purchase. You also can purchase the letterbox just solely themselves on my Etsy shop, where I have them listed in little sets that you can just do a print on demand. I'm also going to list it as a binder option for you as well. If any of you are out there interested in binders, I also have saving challenge binders coming on board. My daughter is going to print off this other little sticker that's so super cute because I am going to make a change. You'll be seeing that come out probably tomorrow if I've got time. I'm not going to promise when my videos are going to go up and not up, because I just don't have my YouTube schedule straight yet, because I'm still getting over being sick. But I want to let everybody know that I appreciate all of you who have come on, and you guys have just said the sweetest comments, and just thanking you all for coming on and telling us, you know, we hope that you get better. We're praying for you. We're sending great thoughts to you, positive thoughts, positive thinking, hugs, all the things, because let me tell you, this Missouri weather has been very much a misery and it's just been flipping all over the place. Last week we had a couple inches of snow, and then a few days later it was nearly 70 degrees. So this is one of the reasons I want to get out of Florida, y'all. It's got to happen, you know. So digital budgeting is going to turn out to be the best for me, but I do want to get on here and do some additional things, because I want to install the fundamental understanding and building blocks into my kids about budgeting, something that was never installed in me, that I lived with parents that were paycheck to paycheck, robbing Peter to pay Paul, always negative in the bank account, always living above the means, in which it shouldn't have happened. But, you know, sometimes, you know, you just don't think, and, you know, I just didn't get taught the right, proper way of budgeting. And it wasn't until I found this budgeting community that I really realized that, you know, hold up, my budget wasn't very good when I first started either. And I didn't realize how to budget until I started watching everyone else budget and thought, oh my gosh, there's actually a method to doing it and a fun way to do it. And I'm one of those competitive people, and if I can compete against my own budget and try to save and have fun at the same time, then that's what I'm going to do. So I want to install those kind of educational tools basically into my children who are now teenagers. Danya's going to be 15 in April. You know that Jessica just turned 14 in January. Philip just turned 13 in January. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to install these building blocks of budgeting into my kids so that they are successful and don't make mistakes in life with having issues with their budget, and they know how to do side hustles, and they know how to go ahead and live where they can save and have an emergency fund. Because let me tell you, in school, they don't teach you this, and it's sad. I grew up in a school that never taught you that. I mean, you got out and half the school didn't even know how to fill out applications for just a basic job and things of that nature. So being able to have the opportunities to teach my children homeschooling has really opened up avenues that our school district would never ever open for my kids. They're going to be ready when they hit out of high school on what to do and how to do things and things of that nature. So anyways, a little chitty chat here. I will get the rest of my budget together and be able to make sure that I have all my ducks in a row. Yes, my Affirm count went up. But that's okay. I did do velocity banking. My credit card has been cleared, so I don't have to deal with my credit card right now. I did finally get all that taken care of, so I don't owe it. And I use a little bit extra funding out of my buffer in my bank account as well to make sure that that stays in the zero and I owe nothing. That way, if I use it, I can pay it off in the next week. Things that happen with my Affirm account, just to give you a little idea, I did restock some things with my Etsy shop and put in some new products that I just need to get launched. I bought my son an XL twin bed because he didn't want to move to a queen size bed, but my son is now 5'9" at 13 years old. Danya's bed was a little bit too much of a problem becoming because it was just too old and it was just needing to be exchanged out. So I did buy her a brand new queen size bed, platform bed with all the bells and whistles. They both got new bedding for both their beds. This includes like the mattress, all the bedding, the mattress protector, the frame, all of that. I did buy a secondary queen bed that is going to go in my room. I know it sounds a little strange to have two queen beds side by side, but I have 4 chihuahuas, y'all, and they take up a lot of space. And I wake up with like 3 inches of space on the bed, and I'm like almost hanging off, and my chihuahuas all over the place. So it's gonna look bigger than a California King when we're done. But you know, I'm gonna make my space really big. when it comes to my bed. Having 2 queen beds side by side, like together, it's going to be like paradise for us, you know. When it comes to my room, it looks a little bit different, but you know, hey, to each is their own. So yes, I bought a secondary queen size bed. I put a 7.5 mini cubic refrigerator on there. I got rid of my 26.7 cubic refrigerator. I replaced that with a 19 cubic foot refrigerator that we put downstairs. But I also just put only a 7.5 cubic refrigerator in the kitchen. Like, so tiny. Yes, it's so small. I'll have to show you guys that. So we've got a lot of things that came in that I needed to use a firm for. I did get a lot of organizational stuff that I needed because of my eyesight loss, and I needed to get things organized very quickly because I can no longer really make out any kind of shadows or shape moving forward. So not sure what we're going to do with the plan with me and the budgets with me coming up, but you know what? Again, I'm going to throw my kids in here, pretty much just kind of throw the baby in with the bathwater and let them swim, and they'll be sitting down with us, and they'll be talking you guys through the budget, and we'll make it fun so that they can learn and say, hey, yeah, mom really does pay some bills. So anyways, maybe that'll make them appreciate a little bit more how much mama really does pay for bills and what things really do cost in life. And I'm going to be taking them out to the grocery store and start teaching them how to budget on with their grocery bills and things of that nature. So that's part of our course that they're going to be learning anyways for homeschooling. So any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, please always remember you can throw it at me in the comment section down below. My Etsy shop is linked in the description box along with my email address and also all the other things. So we will definitely catch you in the next video. Until then, Without Limits is out.